business purposes.
Mhm.
And then, if you need a permit for that, then we need to establish some kind of business in Estonia. So that would you just know, because these
Yes.
are the legal possibilities to enter to Estonia. And if you do establish the business in Estonia, then obviously you would need also a bank account.
Yes. So the bank account nowadays, it's all international. So there's the accounts, all these checking accounts and savings accounts can be provided by all the international banks. So I already have a well-established public bank, which is WISE, which is a London-based stock exchange, and they provide all.
It's an Estonian company, yeah.
WISE is an Estonian company.
I can have any checking account of any country. It could be Estonia, or it could be Spain, or Italy, France, whatever it is. So I can handle all the checking accounts for the corporate, trust, and also my personal, family, everything together. So I don't need the banking side. So banking side that's why I said it's the local banking is pretty much a trash. So now the banking is going to have an end later. So there's a lot of tokenized financials are coming, and also there's a lot of financial sophistications are coming. So the bank will just be defined with their own financials, but they can handle the government funds, but they cannot go more than that.
Yeah. Let's not really go into the banking. Let's stick to your, we understand that your banking relationships have solved. You use a WISE account. So WISE also has options for a corporate account. So let's assume for a moment that this one is covered. How can we help you regarding your personal immigration? Would you consider it seriously? Do you want to obtain some additional information from us how to do it? Or how did you come to the idea to look towards Estonia?
That's why I said I want to first have the security agent relationship where I can open the personal trust investment account for me to transact my investments. So in Estonia, there will be a registered securities agent who has access to mutual funds and ETFs. So mutual funds are pretty much this financial advisors and the investment advisors on a lower level. They are connected to mutual funds, and the ETFs are pretty much on the stock exchange. So your stock exchange is pretty much in London and Germany and France. So all the stock exchanges are located in multiple different European countries. Those who manage the stocks and of the public corporate, private corporate, banks, federal government side, all these things are handled by the stock exchange. Once they register as the ETF providers, they can actually facilitate the funds to other companies by stacking up as ETFs. So mutual funds. So now what I need is either Estonia mutual funds and ETFs were locally presented by an agent, where I could talk to him or her to open this account and start doing the transaction of my dividend income, which needs to be transacted. That's one. Or Germany is handling all Luxembourg is handling all over investments in Europe. And also Germany is handling the same, and France, Italy, Spain, everybody are handling. So many agents are located there with mutual funds and ETFs. So I should be able to get that particular agent to actually get connected so that I can first open this account.
Okay. We have several investment advisors in Estonia, so you probably need to contact investment advisors.
Exactly. Yes.
That's what you probably need, who have also the platforms in different banks, including the Estonian banks and EU banks. So what we can do is we can send you a couple of names from a local investment advisors.
Okay.
Fund managers, locally who we have, and you can contact them directly.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we'll start with that point. And once I have about 53 plus million dollars issued dividends. So I need to encash one by one, going after all my directors' fees, remuneration. I've already structured my accounting structure, trust structure, corporate structure. All the financials are being structured, and now I just need to. I do everything myself. So on the innovation side as well as the corporate side of wealth management. So I do all the financial part. So I can calculate the corporate financials. I can calculate the personal family financials as well as the trust financials. So everything is all being calculated. Now I just need to liquidate my dividends. And once I start liquidating my dividends, parallelly I can apply for a director passport in Estonia, or investor visa for opening up office there as a corporate immigration. And then once I immigrate as a corporate, then I should be able to switch to passport on a fast track passport, which I can.
Estonia doesn't give fast track passports. This is just to manage your expectations. So what you can do is to apply for a short-term permit, residency permit, which is issued, as I said, the first year is for 1 year or 2 years. Okay. And then you have to make your investment. You have to establish a business here. You have to kind of structure the business in Estonia, invest into a certain areas. And then, this living permit will be extended. And after you have lived in Estonia for 10 years, you are passing Estonian language exams. Only then it is opening a possibility to apply for a passport. We don't give investor-based passports, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm looking for a direct visa and a fast-track passport. European countries, everybody does the same fast-track passport. For Germany as well as UK.
Not everybody. That's the thing. You can definitely obtain something like this in another European country. You could even have an Estonian corporate presence here. E-residency, for example, you'll be an EU citizen then or resident. You would have, easier access to the e-residency and Estonian governmental services, for example, if that's something of interest to you. But what I was also thinking is you were mentioning that you would like to migrate one of your businesses here.
Not migrating. I'm planning to open a business and then change the same named corporate, and then move my head office and all the financials to European country, and then exit from Canada tax as well as put a stop for this Canadian, like Canada is pretty much doing lots of fraud behind high net worth individual. So I already have done analysis. All the banks are trash here. So many fraud activities are done by the banks in Canada. And that's why US is also restricting Canada in having when they actually move to US, any corporate move to US, they actually don't need dual passport. So they try to avoid Canadian scammers in US.
Recently helped one Canadian businessman to relocate to Estonia, but he had already business in Estonia too. And, this relocation went smoothly, apart from the fact that, Canada has an exit tax. So basically all your corporate and non-corporate assets, what you are taking out, he was supposed to tax in Canada. But otherwise, yes, we just.
I'm in a different position, as they actually infringed my intellectual property in various different banking as well as the city and municipality. When I'm actually exiting, I will have 50 lawyers to screw Canadian financials here. So in various different banking as well as city. So they have to pay me a lot of money on all these civil frauds which are being conducted by Canada.
Okay. But yes, as Hanna said, you can also look around the other European countries. If somebody has golden visa or golden passport still, as much as is according to our knowledge, golden passports have been abolished. In most of the countries, there is maybe golden visa possibilities. Also in Hungary, perhaps they have some investment-related programs.
UK,
in certain terms. UK is not EU. So,
UK, United Kingdom, they give a passport within 3 years.
Yeah, perhaps it's not the EU, so there's a small difference. It's another country. So within EU, like all the countries regarding the immigration have different rules. We can tell you only about Estonia, and Estonia is that we don't have golden passports, we don't have golden visas. We have like the real monetary investment into the real economy, and then we can kind of, review. And then we have a e-residency program, which Hanna mentioned, which is that if you establish an Estonian company, you can apply for an e-residency card in any Estonian embassy. And with this card, you can basically manage your Estonian-based company, but it's not a travel document. You cannot travel with that into any EU country. So this is purely for managing your assets digitally. This is like an identification card, and it doesn't give you any rights towards the immigration or traveling or anything else. It's also not
a little bit with like establishing a connection to Estonia. If you later on still want to migrate here, then it's one of these factors, but it doesn't really guarantee anything. But the main advantage maybe is access online to Estonian governmental services. And for that, we are really well known that we have excellent, just very easy management of companies, very little of bureaucracy. So that might be a welcome change in that sense.
What is the bureaucracy there? So in Canada, I already understood all the bureaucracy here. And in Edmonton, Alberta is having too many problems. So Edmonton City is too much government, too much nonsense going on with the financials. So the banks, RBC is flunked, and CIBC is flunked, and TD is flunked. All these bigger banks are all doing many different activities, which is not legal. So everything is getting too messy here in Canada, and the politicians are pretty much onto like construction and real estate, home building drama for all the new immigrants coming in. So all these are going on, and oil and construction scams, like going after other corporate investments, and all the other, like timber is one of their business main business, and like mostly these are the main side: construction, oil and gas, and timber. And other part of it, they're messing around with all the tech entrepreneurs and all the big valued entrepreneurs. They're messing around behind the scene. So all these corrupted government and politicians are fraudulent, and many are not to be allowed in parliament, but because Canada is overpopulated with Indians and all these Africans and many other people are there. Indian people, like some are like very niche on the very cream layer, who understand the complete part of intellectual and economics. They are pretty much niche on the top, and the other sides are all corrupted, and politicians are pretty much corrupted. They actually do a lot of group scam and group fraud. So that's why I like the culture and the economics here in Edmonton, and too many nonsense going on.
Corruption level wise, I think there's ratings, rankings. Estonia is doing pretty well. Okay. We had one famous scandal about the minister taking home a coffee machine, and that was a huge issue. You see, like that's where the level is. So it's quite scrutinized, and because of the transparency we have, Normally, it's a bit hard to get around, with bribes or anything as such. So.
Oh, okay. So I want to be in economics where it's more clean, honest, ethical, no corruption, and I need to be having my peace for me to sit in a corporate inside the corporate and develop my assets and expand my corporation globally. So I have multiple different industrial products to expand, and I have data center software and cybersecurity. Cybersecurity and data center is a major asset. Cybersecurity market size is going up to like $12.5 trillion. And data center is, you already know, data center is pretty much a big value. And I do have one physical plus all the softwares, everything is ready for hosting and expanding. So because I have big competition on the data center, like Google, Microsoft, AWS, and other big corporates, they are actually coming after my cybersecurity, which is what they are throwing biscuit to this peanut city in Edmonton, where they are throwing lots of money to the NGOs and the government here, the municipality, and all these employees are breaching third-party disclosure and going after my connections and all different corruption and all different violations going on. So
I'm sorry to disagree, but we have only 1 minute left on the time. So can we please do it in a way that I and Hanna, we will send you the investment
contacts, employment card, investment card, giving you some details on the jurisdiction.
Okay.
So you know what might interest you.
Okay.
And what else, Kat? Did you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, we send the tax card. We can send the immigration site, where you can have like official information regarding the immigration. We can also send the sites, from a different investment advisory firms in Estonia, so you can contact them. And yeah, you can see, if you would like to, if you find any of them useful for you, you can start moving your assets. And if you would like to immigrate in any later point, then you would just know that, there is this investor residency possible, but then you need to qualify and we send you the information regarding this as well.
Okay. Yeah, so that's where I need, once the investments, my dividends are being liquidated, then I would look into immigrating to a non-corrupted European economics where I get a piece for me to expand all my assets.
Yes.
I have a lot of assets to expand along with this data center and cybersecurity, and including JP Morgan private wealth solution. So
but JP Morgan is regularly helping their clients to move and relocate. So you can talk directly to them as well. They have been also contacting us on several cases. So they have full competence in-house. You don't need to look any further. Okay. Yeah, if that is the case, that's where I need on the investment side. Then I would go with the investor visa for me to get started on the resident side. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pleasure meeting you, and please send the information.
Yeah, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.